Hi, my name is Kristen Bryant, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. I used the Border Basics dies to make this cut along here. It's kind of a fun zigzag, and if you see, all the dies in there have a little stitching alongside that, which is kind of a fun element. I'm using the greeting from Garden Birdhouses. I'm focusing on Garden Birdhouses and the Borders Basics dies right now for my Stamps in the Mail, so I thought I would do a card that's not birdhouses just to show something different. So to make this card, I started with the seafoam, soft seafoam cardstock, and I stamped in the Evening Evergreen, and I stamped it over just to the side a little bit because we are going to end up trimming some of this off. Now when you look here, these Border Basics dies have just a lot of fun, different things here. We're going to use this zigzag, but there's also clouds, and this is a little bit more of an elegant look to it. This does just kind of some different great shapes. So you get a really good variety when you buy these. So I'm going to use my little thing that I got here, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it's kind of nice. I love how they've got all the instructions here. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and then we've got our acrylic dies, which you can see I've only done one cut with these dies, or the acrylic pieces. It's always so fun to have a new one. It can be a little bit scary too when you get that first cut in there. Now when I'm using dies like this, I like to use a little bit of our washi tape. We no longer carry washi tape, but I have some that I've just kind of kept on hand because they really keep this in a nice spot and it doesn't wreck your card. You could also use, I guess, painter's tape if you wanted. So I'm gonna run this through. I usually like to stand when I'm working, so it's a little bit harder for me when I'm doing it here. So when you take this off, you'll have the 2 cuts here. And so right now it's a little bit too, I need to trim some of this off so that you can actually see the zigzag there. So I'm gonna take our trimmer, get these out of the way here. And I'm just gonna take a quarter, actually I'm gonna do a little bit more off here. So that, that's why I didn't want to stamp all the way to the side, because you do cut some of that off. And then I'm going to take, this is Evening Evergreen strip. It's 5.5 inches by 1 1/4. You could do them different lengths too if you wanted. And I'm just putting a little adhesive. I couldn't find my Stampin' Seal. That couldn't tell you right now what my stamping room looks like right now. So I'm just using our old adhesive, which still works great. So I just kind of line this up like so, and then I'm going to flip this over. And again, I'm just putting a little bit on the edges. And then I just go to the edge here. To line it up. And then if you need to, like there's just a tiny bit that I can just trim off here. I'll just use my paper snips so that it's even. When you try and line it up, there's just sometimes a little bit of, just a little tiny strip. All right, so I really like this green leaf from the Artistic dies. I had been using that quite a bit in the last 3 months because that's what I was using for Stamps in the Mail, so I thought it'd be fun to bring it back. Now this die, when you put it through, I often roll it through, like I go back and forth like 3 times just to make sure to get all of these little pieces out. Another thing you can do is you can use our, take your pick tool and just kind of with the little piercing end, pop any of those out that still might be in there. I've also used in the past just our little paper snips. They have a nice sharp point that you can get those out too if they tend to hang in there. And so to get this on, I'm going to use my, if I can find it here. Oh, I thought I had it, but I don't. normally I put this on the back of my dimensionals. Like, you know how when you use dimensionals, you get like this little sheet with just a little bit left on there? Well, the sheet works great. It doesn't get things sticky. I'm just using this instead because you see this isn't sticky now. And so I'm just putting a little bit on each of the little tips. And so then I'm going to set this on here. Just kind of play around with where you, oops, I've got one hanging here. All right. Where you want it. And I'll just press down there. So there you can see your birthday wishes card. Now you could do any greeting for this. This could be an anniversary, thinking of you, wedding. So you can just think about what cards you need next and choose that greeting. Sometimes I just leave it without a greeting and then I will quick stamp on a greeting when I'm needing a card, just because it could be anything. So anyway, again, I use the Border Basics dies and I just use a greeting from Garden Birdhouses, but you could take greetings from any stamp set for this. So I hope you want to give it a try. Thanks.